fixed pit bull has killed a human
Correct.
in the U.S.
Correct.
Well, that's a pretty significant statistic, if you ask me, even if we don't have the sourcing at the moment. But
And I think another thing to point out here is that pit bulls are not the first one to have a propaganda scheme used against them.
Exactly.
If you look back in history, at one time it was bloodhounds because Southerners used to use bloodhounds to track down slaves before the slavery had been abolished. If you look at World War II, it was the German Shepherds and the Dobermans and the Rottweilers that were looked down upon because they were used by the German military force. The fact is, I can take any dog and I can turn it aggressive. It doesn't matter if it's a pit bull or a chihuahua. You can take any dog and treat it wrong and it's going to go that way. You have to remember, there's lots of myths about pit bulls. Oh, they have the strongest jaw. That's not true. Actually, if you look at statistically, it looks like German Shepherds actually have the strongest jaw out of any type of dog. Oh, they have lockjaws. That's not true. That's a big myth. If a dog had a lockjaw and he bit down on something, he wouldn't be able to open his mouth back up. How could he continue to eat and do stuff like that? They just have a good, strong pull. You know, it's amazing how the media grabs a hold of a dog breed and can just totally smash the dog breed, and nobody really steps up to say anything too much about that. You know, but if you do that towards a person or something, that's slander. But if we do it towards a dog, oh, that's okay. It's not fair to the breed, especially when you look at history. A pit bull was known as America's nanny dog.
Yes.
That was the nickname for pit bulls at one time. They were our breed. It was our dog in our country. In a lot of ways, we've started to turn our backs on them, and that's not fair to the breed.
no, I absolutely agree. And when we've had some other conversations about pit bulls, and again, what I call the sort of breed bigotry against pit bulls in past shows and talking animals, you know, we've certainly touched on that same thing. Brian, is that in different generations, there's been, you know, insert a different dog here than pit bulls. It's been German Shepherds, it's been Dobermans, it's been, you know, whatever is like the big bad dog that you can't trust around kids and you can't trust anyway. So again, I think if you look at a little bit larger time frame and stuff, you just see that unfortunately it's pit bull's turn right now for that treatment or mistreatment. So unfortunately, we're sort of nearing the end of our time, but I should say that as much as we, at least in the studio, are very pro pit bull, I want to really note that Pit Bulls for Patriots does not seek your pit bull. If you, you know, for whatever reason, are looking for a new home, I mean, they just can't, and so it'd be best to not even contact them. I know there have been some times and instances where people have contacted them in a big flurry, and again, we've already sort of learned that they come from in a very prescribed way from Hillsborough County Animal Services and go through a certain training. So,
and there are pit bull rescue groups, which
yeah,
you can
absolutely.
find by Google.
Absolutely, and some of those have been on the show as well. And so, but if you are inclined to contact Pit Bulls for Patriots, again, it's Pit Bulls, the numeral 4, forpatriots.org. And again, we have this great offer on the table right now for 24 hours for anybody who donates. And by the way, there was something that I just also saw. And this is another email that just came in. Just sent some dust. I can't keep up with the lingo, but I'm pretty sure that means money. To Pit Bulls for Patriots, peace, Richard from Gulfport. So thank you, Richard. So that's one that we already know about, and that's being matched. And again, and if you'd like to just help, if you'd just like to support, maybe you may or may not have the finances to support them financially, but I assume you guys need volunteers and transition homes and other kinds of help. So again, same idea. Go to the website, Pitbulls for the numeral 4, patriots.org, and you can find out all about this. It's a great website that includes all kinds of, including a video that really sort of takes you through what it's like for a veteran experiencing PTSD, which did you feel like, Brian, that really pretty much represented kind of your own experience?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it really did. And I also want to point out there that if there is any other veterans listening, please look up the program, find out what you can, come out and see what we're about. You know, you don't have to be a part of the program. You can come out and just watch. You know, see what we're about and see if it is something you want to participate with. Don't continue trying to live with the conditions that you have. There are other ways to deal with this stuff.
And I also want to say that in another way that if you'd like to help Pit Bulls for Patriots, whether you can donate money or not, we hope you can, especially if it's matched for the next 24 hours, but also they are looking for an indoor training facility, because I guess all the training sessions then presumably at the moment are going on outdoors, which this time of year are probably rough and
It's
arduous.
always hot, and we've had several classes canceled because of thunderstorms.
Sure.
And it's really bad for our progress every time we have to cancel the class.
Sure. And for people who do want to volunteer or might know of a indoor location that you guys could use, is there any email or more direct means other than going to the website that you feel like offering people to our listeners to?
There's a contact form right there on the website.
Okay.
That's probably the easiest way
Okay,
to
that's
get
great.
in
So
touch
again, just go to the website and any way that you can help. So gosh, we are running so late, but I just wanted to really hit this hard. So we got a few callers. Let me see. We'll take at least the one that's been waiting the longest. Hi, you're on top.